listen to me and apologize now.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
You touched me. You think that's okay?
You will listen to me and apologize, now. The words cut through the cafe like a blade. Imagine returning home after months of service. No phone calls, no warning, just a quiet plan to surprise your mother over breakfast in the small town where you grew up. Now imagine walking into that cafe and seeing a man towering over her, shouting, threatening, while she holds her cheek, red, trembling, already swelling from a slap. That is exactly what happened to DeShawn Moore. What he thought would be a peaceful morning became the moment a town's worst secret finally exploded into the open. The town that learned to stay quiet. Sunrise Corner Cafe was already busy that morning. Forks scraped against plates, coffee cups clinked softly, low conversations hummed under the tired buzz of fluorescent lights. Ridgeway Crossing always looked calm from the outside. But everyone inside that cafe knew the truth. This was a town where fear had learned how to sit quietly, where people avoided eye contact, where silence had become survival. No one raised their voice here. No one caused trouble. Not if they wanted to make it home peacefully. Evelyn Moore. Just after sunrise, Evelyn Moore stepped inside. She was an elderly black woman with silver hair pulled neatly back. Her coat was clean pressed. Her posture straight. She moved slowly but with dignity. She smiled politely at the cashier, thanked her, and walked down the narrow aisle, scanning the cafe for the table she'd been told to wait at. This morning mattered to Evelyn. Someone had asked to meet her here. The message had been brief. No name. Just a time and place. She didn't know why, but something told her it was important. The man everyone feared. Near the center of the cafe sat Richard Haverson. White. Big. Loud. He leaned back in his chair like the place belonged to him, boots stretched far into the aisle. Blocking the path. Deliberately. He always did this. People usually walked around him. No one ever asked him to move. No one ever challenged Richard Haverson. The moment that changed everything. As Evelyn passed his table, her coat brushed lightly against his boot. Barely a touch. No stumble. No reaction. She didn't even notice. She continued walking and took her seat a few tables away, folding her hands neatly in her lap. That's when the chair scraped loudly behind her. Hey! The voice was sharp. Violent. Enough to kill every conversation instantly. You think you can just walk into me like that, Richard barked. Evelyn turned slowly, confusion crossing her face. I'm sorry, she began gently. I didn't. He didn't let her finish. Richard closed the distance in seconds. The slap echoed through the cafe like a gunshot. Evelyn was knocked sideways out of her chair, hitting the tile floor hard. A gasp rippled through the room. But no one moved. No one stood. No one spoke. Silence is safer. Evelyn lay stunned, one hand pressed to her cheek, already red and swelling. Her eyes shimmered with shock as she tried to push herself up. Richard stood over her, chest puffed out. Apologize, he demanded loudly. You don't touch me without apologizing. He looked around the room, challenging anyone to intervene. No one did. Years of bullying had taught Ridgeway Crossing the same lesson again and again. Silence was safer. The door opens. Evelyn struggled to her knees. She hadn't come here for this. She hadn't come to be humiliated. She was waiting to meet someone. Someone who, at that exact moment, was opening the cafe door. The bell chimed softly. A tall, muscular black man stepped inside. DeShawn Moore. Broad shoulders. Controlled movements. The kind of presence that didn't need to announce itself. He paused just inside the entrance. Something was wrong. Years of training kicked in instantly. The room was too quiet. Too tense. Then he saw it. A man standing aggressively. Voices raised. Dominance on display. And on the floor. A trembling hand pressed to a red cheek. His vision narrowed. Mom. The word came out low, controlled. But everything inside him detonated. The line that couldn't be UNCROSSED. DeShawn moved forward, placing himself between Richard and Evelyn. Step away, he said calmly. Richard turned, irritation flashing, then hesitation. Mind your business, Richard snapped. Before I smack you too. DeShawn didn't react. He knelt beside Evelyn, his large frame shielding her. His voice softened. Are you okay, Mom? She tried to smile, tried to downplay it. Survival instincts. Did he touch you? DeShawn asked. The cafe held its breath. Yes, Evelyn whispered. That was all he needed. Just as arrives fast. The punch landed with a crack that echoed off the walls. Richard staggered. Another punch followed. Then another. Controlled. Precise. Years of discipline released in seconds. Richard collapsed, blood spilling as he crawled backward screaming. How dare you touch her, DeShawn said coldly. Richard begged. I didn't know, I swear. Another punch. That doesn't matter. DeShawn stepped back, not because he had to, but because he chose to. The power had shifted. Everyone could feel it. The truth comes out. Sirens wailed outside. Police entered. Cameras told the truth. Witnesses spoke finally. He slapped her first. He's been bullying everyone. The cuffs clicked shut. Richard Haverson was arrested. No one defended him. No one looked at him. A son comes home. DeShawn knelt beside his mother. She looked at him closely now. You did this on purpose, she whispered. He nodded. I wanted to surprise you. She pulled him into a tight embrace. For the first time in years, Ridgeway Crossing felt lighter. Fear had been arrested. And Evelyn Moore had her son back.